Hi, welcome to another action figure review, and this is a really good one. This is Masters of the Universe Origins Horde Trooper, Evil Mechanical Enforcer of Hordak. Yes, the numbskull-minded robots of Hordak, and this is only the second figure I've gotten as part of the Evil Horde. Of course, the first one being, of course, the ruthless leader of the Evil Horde himself, Hordak. I reviewed him a while back. Of course, I haven't released very much for the Evil Horde characters, other than Hordak and Buzzsaw Hordak and Mosquito. Although I heard there's going to be a lot of Hordak's henchmen are coming out soon, like Montana and Leech and Grizzlor. That should be good. It's kind of funny that they released the Horde Trooper before they released any of the other henchmen other than Mosquito. And yes, I'd love to have a Mosquito. As you can see here, he looks mostly the same as he did in the Filmation She-Ra cartoon. And yes, this is one of those army builder figures, just like the Eternian Palace Guards, where you can buy several of them to build up your armies. The main difference between this version and the Filmation version are the eyes are kind of like merged together. It was kind of formed as like a V in the center of his head, or should I say his robot helmet. But back here it shows He-Man battling the Horde Troopers. Yeah, I'm sure all the Horde Troopers in the world couldn't stop him. And you'll notice this version of He-Man displayed here is Thunder Punch He-Man, which is one of the only versions of He-Man that has not come out for the Origins line yet. We've gotten the original He-Man, Battle Armor He-Man, and Flying Fist He-Man, which I hope to get soon. But we have yet to see a Thunder Punch He-Man, so could this be a sign of things to come? Let's get this mechanical nuisance out of its packaging, and we'll give it a good review. Here's our lone Horde Trooper out of his packaging, and he comes with this instruction sheet on which parts you can remove and which parts you can't remove. So I'll set that aside. And it comes with the same mini comic as my last review of Clawful. So here he is, Hordak's robotic minions, the Horde Trooper. I really love the shiny silver on this thing. It's very faithful in a way to his look in the Filmation cartoon, even if this part isn't. But there's a lot of detail in this too. I don't think any of these parts were used with other figures. But anyway, let's talk about the articulation. His robotic head moves left, right, up, and down. His arms move out, up, down. Well, that could be a problem. Okay, he apparently doesn't want to stay together. But you kind of get how the articulation goes. It's pretty much the same as other figures. And obviously, you kind of saw a little taste of it already, but if you had the vintage version of this figure, you know what the main action feature of this is, or should I say, the destructive feature of this thing is. These Horde Troopers have always been known to be like the weak links in the Evil Horde, even though Hordak's got them by the hundreds, if not thousands, but they do fall apart quite easily. Mine here is falling apart even without me for him to fall apart. But they're just And usually they don't stand a chance in battles against, members of the rebellion like She-Ra and Bo and Glimmer and all them. But you can destroy these. I mean, destroy. I mean, that's what the extra feature is. There's a little button here, just like with the mid-range version. And if I tap it, or if or have somebody like punch him or hit him with a weapon, you yeah. See, and he comes apart, and you can see his the insides of his remains. Yeah. And when you destroy them, here's what's left of them. You see their internal organs, if you can really call it that. And of course, you can do other things too. I mean, you can just pop the arms off and say, "Hey, I not only busted his torso open, I also tore off his arm." And you can even tear off his helmet too. Yeah, now he's really destroyed. Yeah. So, well, let's put it back together. Let's get his helmet back on. Oh, and I forgot to talk about, and his weapon of choice is hey, stay up. So, his weapon of choice is this little staff, and this is very similar to the weapons they used in the She-Ra cartoon, where they've fired red bolts at the members of the rebellion. That's the only weapon it came with. There's no crossbow, but I'm not going to complain about that because I was never really impressed with the crossbows being included with members of the evil Horde anyway. So I think this is a better weapon. And only his right hand is a gripping one, so it's easier if you just quit that. It's easier if you can kind of give him the poses where he's getting ready to fire a Bo or Glimmer. Or maybe you could although his left hand is closed, give him another poses. So yeah, that's the Horde Trooper. Obviously, the people who are collecting these, if they, I'm sure if they are millionaires, they can afford to get about 10 or 20 of these guys to build up their own army. But for now, I'm just happy having this one right here, and he's always happy to help out with Hordak and the evil Horde, and at times sacrifice his being, if you will. So that's my review, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.